What's up, everyone? Today we'll be learning how to make a granny square. This is the simplest granny square and it's very easy to make. I'm gonna show you also how to read the diagram. We will be using the needle 3.5 mm and the yarn number 4. We are going to start by winding the thread about 3 times on the index finger. Now the crochet hook is placed on top of the thread and pass behind it on the left side. Then we grab that thread, we take it with the 2 fingers of the left hand, we pull the thread and we put the 2 fingers to hold the thread, and we do it again. And this is the first knot. Now we are going to continue to make 4 chains. Then we will place the hook at the bottom part of the first chain and make a slip stitch. Now you see where I am putting the hook under here. See? Now I'm going to pass the thread right here and right here. This is a slip stitch. Now we have a ring that we're gonna use to create the first row. We are doing 3 chains now. See? Now we're gonna do a double crochet. We insert it in the ring. This is the double crochet. If you want to learn how to do these stitches from the beginning, I do have 2 more tutorial videos that you can watch. And then we make 1 more double crochet. So we have done 2 double crochet and the 3 chains. See? Now we're gonna do 3 chains. And 3 double crochet. So we are making 4 groups of 3 double crochets. As you can see, this is the second group. Then we're gonna make 3 chains. And we make the third group of 3 double crochets. Now we make 3 chains again and make the last group of the 3 double crochets. Now we are making the last 3 chains, and I'm gonna show you how to close the row. You insert the hook in between the 2 double crochets. I'm gonna show you, see the 3 chains here? In between this space, you do one slip stitch, you can do the second one. I'm going to make the third one to end in the space that I have, see? I'm going to do one more chain just to secure the yarn, and I'm gonna cut it. And I'm gonna show you how you pull the thread this way. It is secure now. You have the option to make only one slip stitch. I like to do 3 so it is not visible. Now we're going to start with row number 2. We insert the hook in one of the spaces. We will make a knot. Remember how I showed you to make the knot at the beginning? Then we pass that yarn to the front and make a chain. We make the chain, see? This is how it looks like. We make 2 more chains, and those represent the first stitch, the first double crochet. Now we make a double crochet, and we make 1 more. So now we have 3. We make 3 chains, and we make 3 double crochets in the same space. I call this a shell. And this is how it looks. We are going to make 4 shells in each corner. We're gonna make 1, see? Because we are expanding. Now we're gonna do only 1 chain in between, and we're gonna make the second shell right here. So we make the 3 double crochet, 3 chains, and 3 double crochets. We make 1 chain, and now we're gonna make the third shell. We make 1 chain and then the last shell. Now we are done. We do the last chain. We insert the hook in between the double crochets right here. We make 1 slip stitch. We make the second one. and the third one in between in the corner. Then one more chain, and we cut the yarn. Now we're done with 2 rows. For the third row, I'm gonna show you a different way how to start. I'm gonna insert the hook in the space, gonna grab the yarn. I am not going to make the knot, so I want you to watch. See, I'm leaving a little bit of extra yarn this time. I grab the thread and I pass it in front, and I only gonna do one chain, no knot. See, one chain, and then I'm going to do a single crochet just to secure the thread. This is the single crochet. See, and I'm going to make one chain. As you can see, this looks like a double crochet. Now I'm going to make the second double crochet, the third one, making sure that I am hiding the extra thread in the back, securing. Now I make 3 chains and 3 double crochets. This is the first shell. Now I am making 1 chain, and in the next space I'm going to make 3 double crochets. This is not a corner, so we're gonna make only a group of 3. 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and we're gonna make the shell on the next corner. The shell is 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and 3 double crochets together in the same space. And we're gonna repeat this 3 more times. Here, only a group of 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and the next shell. I fast forward, and now I'm gonna show you how to close this row. We do the chain, see, we make the first slip stitch, then the second one, and the third one, 1 chain, and we cut the yarn. Now we're gonna make the last row, and I'm gonna show you also how to attach the granny squares together. I'm gonna start this way. This is the color that I'm gonna use to end all the granny squares. I'm gonna use the same color for all the granny squares on row 4. So I am making 3 double crochets, 1 chain. We usually make 3, but I'm gonna make only 1 because we're gonna attach the granny squares now. So this is one finished granny square. This is how they're supposed to look. So I'm gonna show you 2 ways of attaching the grannies. This is the inside, this is the outside. You have to be able to recognize that when you're attaching the grannies, that they are all of them placed in the right way. So you put the hook in front, you pass the hook through the space of one of the corners and make a slip stitch. Then we do one chain. We make one chain. Now the 3 double crochets that they supposed to go in the corner, we make the 3 double crochets, and we are not gonna do the chain. We're not gonna make the chain that is supposed to go next because we are attaching. So I'll show you what is next. See, in these spaces, this is where we're gonna make a single crochet, not the chain. So rather than making the chain, see here, it's supposed to be a chain, we're not gonna make it. So we pass the hook through the space of the previous granny square, right here, and we make one single crochet, see, right here. Now we make the 3 double crochets from the granny square that we have in front of us. The only difference here is that we are not doing the single chains. We are doing single crochets to attach them together. So now I grab the granny square that is in the back, I make a single crochet, now I make the 3 double crochets in front, and then I make the next single crochet in the space and 3 double crochets on the corner, one chain, because this is the corner, remember, one slip stitch, and one more chain. This is the corner, so that's why we're doing one chain before and after attaching the granny squares. Now the next 3 double crochets, and now we're gonna do what we've been doing, exactly the same thing, making the group of 3s. See how it looks? This is one of the ways of attaching granny squares. I'm going to show you another way, but there are different forms of attaching these pieces. See how nice it looks? Now I keep working on this granny square. I did one chain, and to close, I just gonna do what I've been showing you, making the slip stitch at the end, and then cutting the thread. The other way to attach the grannies is by using a hand needle. So I make the third granny square and I left a long piece of thread, see? And this is the thread that I'm gonna use to attach them. We have to use a needle with a big head. And this is the one of the easiest way to attach them also. It depends of the type of work that you're doing. This one is very easy. You're just gonna pass the needle through the spaces. See these spaces in between. And remember, this is the back and this is the front, right? So make sure that you're attaching them the right way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the needle through the first chain. I had 3 chains in this corner, so I am using the last chain, the third one, right? Here. I'm gonna use this way. I'm gonna do it this way. So we're gonna work from front to back. See, this way. We pass in the thread. And then we place the needle again in front. In this space. See, we pass in both sides of the stitch. Both sides. It has to be consistent what you do, so it looks very clean when you do the stitches. So you just pass the thread, and then again you put the needle in front, and then the next. See, and you keep repeating the same until you get to the next end. Very easy. There are other ways to do it, and probably I'm gonna make more videos in the future so you can learn how to because many people work with granny squares. This is one of the simplest granny squares, but there are about 150, 200 types of granny squares, and you can make from hats to sweaters to pants, blankets, and it's many people have trouble putting them together. But this is the 2 types that I show you. Those are very easy to make. See? If you have any questions, do not hesitate in asking, and hopefully I am available to answer quick. This tutorial has been made in English because I am running a workshop right now, and the participants are English speaking people. And here's where I'm going to end, right on this corner. And if you have more granny squares, so you keep attaching them. For now, I'm showing you only how to attach 2 of them. See you for the next time. Bye-bye.